Hi guys, we're back again, and today we're going to be talking about Kamala Harris and why hasn't she gone to the Joe Rogan show? Why is she sticking to black people's show, like the Shannon Sharps of the world? And why didn't Shannon Sharp invite people like Officer Tatum to his show? This is pretty interesting. Walter.
Yeah, so Trump went on Joe Rogan last 5 days, 5 days ago actually, and the pod actually done pretty well. They are 42 million now.
Wow.
In 5 days. And what's interesting about Trump on Joe Rogan was even YouTube tried to censor the pod. So if you search Joe Rogan Trump, nothing shows in search.
So wait, YouTube is being biased in terms of who they want to win the election?
I think everybody's picking a side now. We are having an interesting conversation now about billionaires and corporation picking sides in this election. This is the first time this has actually happened.
This is kind of weird though. I know like YouTube kind of kicked Trump off.
Yeah.
Like at one point in time. I didn't know it was that deep, but
yeah,
it was based on maybe like the things you were saying, but like to say having a podcast and
yeah,
you know, blocking the podcast.
So the pod was shadow banned for a
That's
while.
weird.
So
Because you know when Kamala Harris has her shows, they don't block it.
Nah, they don't. They don't. So Joe had to contact Elon Musk. Elon Musk had to contact the guys at Spotify, and somebody contacted YouTube, and YouTube was like, "Okay, we're gonna fix it now." So they actually went back. They realized there was an error on their part, so they went back and fixed it.
Okay, the
Right.
algorithm was set to block him.
Yeah. So just imagine with all the blockade, they still do 42 million, and notwithstanding the other people that for this pod, Joe actually allowed other YouTubers to just upload without putting a copyright on them.
Okay.
Right. So a lot of people uploaded it, but I still got 42, and the Spotify for hundreds of millions of views.
And I figured you had to do that to get the exposure, because when they're really trying to block you like that, it's better to share.
Yeah, it's better to share than
to keep it all by yourself. As you say, 100% of nothing is nothing.
Yeah. And even notwithstanding, Elon shared it as of yesterday, had about 20 million views on X.
Wow.
So the thing was everywhere. Right.
So what did Trump talk about? Because I didn't get a chance to watch it. That made them feel that it was so sensitive.
No, he didn't really talk on anything we've not heard before.
Okay.
But then the actual reason for going on the pod wasn't to be political. People just to see Trump being human. So if you watch the pod, he was actually being humanized. They talked on boxing, MMA. So it's like, oh, this guy is not just...
He's not just a politician.
Yeah, it's
he also have activities. He's a human being.
He's a human being. You know, so Joe Rogan wanted to maybe show an olive branch to Kamala, so that Kamala is being humanized on the board, and she started giving her own conditions. You know, because that Kamala going on Joe Rogan doesn't benefit Joe Rogan.
Okay.
It benefits Kamala more than Joe, because Joe is always going to be Joe regardless of who comes on the pod.
Yeah.
You know, and she's like, okay, you have to come to me.
Like, yo. Oh, she wants him to go to the White House.
Not necessarily to the White House, but maybe she's going to be in a different city, so Joe has to go to that city.
Go there to meet her and sit down with her. So it's going to be the Kamala Harris show.
It's going to be the Kamala Harris show.
I guess she wants to edit the clip after. Because you remember when they had the debate, what happened to the clip, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If she go on the Joe Rogan, it's going to be more live in a way. And there's not going to be any edited.
There's not going to be anything.
And I'm going to edit up that thing to suit her, so.
And she's like, okay, we can only do 1 hour. Joe Rogan has never done 1 hour pod before. It's always 2-3 hours. She's like, I can only do 1 hour.
I mean, do an hour. I guess she just wants an hour is like her safety net. More than an hour is like she probably talk about things she's not supposed to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, or she run out of those like after 1 hour, she probably run out of those like
Ideas.
The main, like, you know, they have a concept that they keep repeating over and
Oh,
over.
okay, talking points.
Yeah, the talking points run out after 1 hour. After 1 hour, it's like, okay, you're gonna have to talk about things you shouldn't talk about. Or you probably have to give details that you're not willing to give. So we got to keep it within 1 hour.
Sure. And according to Joe, Trump did 3 hours. He didn't pee before the pod. He didn't pee after the pod because he had a rally in Michigan somewhere. So he just jumped on a plane. So the people started leaving the rally. So he jumped on his private jet straight to another 2 hours of rally. I'm like, yo, this guy, and he's 70 something.
Yo, Trump is built different.
He's built different.
If it was probably Biden.
Nah, that wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen.
He needs to take a break.
That wouldn't happen.
And the break is not really for him to pee, so him to go check out his flashcards.
Yes. Yeah, true. And another reason why, Kamala, you were right about her trying to control the environment, because she went on Fox News, and the people were like, wrap it up. And that's her people. She came with a lot of people. So the people were like, nah, man, the interview's over.
They control the show.
They control the show. But you cannot do that on Joe Rogan because you and Joe are the only people in the room. The other people are in the outside.
The door is locked.
The door is locked. You can't come in and say the show is over. You know,
yeah.
That's why. And I think that's going to lose her the election. Because, have you ever watched her interview?
She probably changed her mind later on, you know?
Have you ever watched her interview?
Nah.
Yo, CJ, you'll be pissed. I'm like, yo, there's no way somebody who is trying to be the president of the US cannot talk. And your job is to talk to the people. And it's like, I don't know. It's like, she can't actually think about what to talk about. It's like the words just vanish from her brain. It's like, yo, you are going to be the president.
The president, what their job is to motivate and move people through speech. That's all what they do. Speech, negotiations, talk all day, talk all night, meet this person, talk. Okay, we should do it this way, convince you. And
even if you are not going to practically do what you are saying, you still have to convince me that you are going to do it.
Their job is to convince people to do it.
Kamala doesn't
and
do
then the people, their team is the one who do the leg work after they do the convincing. It's like, okay, this is the documentation, this is the laws, this is how we have to do it. And then you come back and you just look, okay, looks good, sign off. What are the restrictions here? Okay, what are our limitations? We need to change it this way, we need it like this. And then they do the leg work. You're just a person who talk all day.
And she can't even lie to save her life. If they ask her, okay, the inflation is through the roof, people don't have $100 saved to buy groceries, what are you going to do to save the economy? You know how she answers? You know, my mother was a middle class working mom.
What are you going to do?
Yo, you tell us what you're going to do to change the economy. You don't want to hear about your mom right now.
At least Trump will tell you, hey, we're going to put tariffs, we're going to do this, we're going to stop, you know, the illegal immigrants from coming in. That's how we're going to save it. At least she has a plan.
Yeah, come on, I don't know why she keeps referring to, like, anytime they ask her a question, she always have to say my mom was a middle class working mom. Like,
to me, the whole thing is, right, when you're selecting a president, to me, it's stupid and dumb to select the vice president of the person who was already there, unless the person who was already there was doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
Because the person under them is going to come back basically with the same set of ideologies and the same set of principles, because if they had different ideas and different ways of doing things, they would have been implementing it with the previous administration. And if they didn't try to implement it, it means that they were selfish and they were saving those ideas for when they're in power. So that's the kind of person you want running your country. They put themselves before the country.
That's
when they're in power, they're going to do the same thing too.
Yeah, that's so.
It's only if, like, they were at the vice administration level and they were pushing these ideas, but the guy in the league was saying no.
Yeah.
But normally it doesn't happen that way because he selected her as his vice.
Yeah.
So you definitely gonna select someone who share the same principles and ideas as you. You could probably clash a few times, which is normal, but
Man,
the upgrade is going to be minimal. She's just a more energetic version of Biden.
Yeah.
One who could run around and don't fall down all the time.
Yeah, true. Her talking points and
doesn't lose their mind in the middle of a conversation. But their conversation, their capacity is very limited.
very limited. Capacity to think on the fly.
Yeah, it's
Because he wants the questions to always like he wants
it to be over by 1 hour.
Yeah,
man.
and then Kamala, I don't think she's gonna win this election based on what black people sort of have amnesia. After black people voted for her to become vice president, she never went back to the community or the people that rooted for her to become vice. She never really went back and said, "Oh, this is what I've done so far," until this election cycle. Then she went back, and everybody like, "Yeah, Kamala is the best."
There's only one thing I have to say about Trump winning, though. If Trump win, woe unto those who go against him.
You are in trouble.
Woe unto those who go against the U.S.
Yeah, he's gonna come with a vengeance, man. Trump is gonna come with a lot of.
We did the interview with Officer Tatum, right? And he was saying that the U.S. was always, what was the phrase the kid used again?
Has always been great.
The U.S. has always been great. A point in time when the U.S. was
not great. Yeah.
If Trump comes back in power, the U.S. is gonna be more great.
Yeah. Trump is gonna.
He's gonna shake.
He's gonna shake
a lot of things up.
He's gonna shake a lot of things. He's gonna shake a lot of things.
To me, when you're selecting a president, you need people who shake up the table, not people who just goes with the flow of things. Because unless you're on a decent path,
And most Americans will never understand this because they are in the bubble. But people living outside America felt the presence of Trump, even though Trump was not around. You can see in the political arena of the country you live in. Even China felt the presence. They were like, I really like that guy very much.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna feel it more if you go in power this time.
Yeah, they didn't. So the Americans were like, man, nobody around the world respected Trump. Lie. That was a 100% lie. People around the world they didn't respect him. They feared him. They feared his policies.
Yeah.
So
anyway, guys, I think we'll wrap it up right there. Anyway, let us know what you think. Put your comments in the comment section. And good luck in the election. Let the best man or woman win. We ain't choosing sides, but you guys know who I want to win.
Trump, baby.
Hey, peace and love. See you guys in the next one. Bless.